Good morning, this is Jeff with Sewer Tech Northwest. We are at property address 1456 Southeast Onspach Street here in Milwaukee. Located up on the rooftop, we're going down through a 4-inch cast iron vent. Check the overall condition, serviceability of the sanitary sewer line. Waters are running. We're going to zero the foot counter out at the base of the vent here. We're going to clean some cobwebs off the camera lens really quick. When we drop back down here, we'll zero out the foot counter. I can't tell if they reversed the plumbing on this house or not. So this plumbing vent here is on the front side of the roof, and I describe everything as if you're standing in the street facing the front of the house. Anyway, little sewer fun fact for you. When your main sewer vent, and this goes for most plumbing vents in general, if the vents are on the back side of the roof, like most homes, that generally speaking means the line will actually go out the front. And if the vents are on the front side of the roof, the line will go out the back. So this one has a front side vent, which means at some point the line likely went out the back, probably to an old cesspool. Now, we are in transite concrete now. Also looks like 4-inch diameter, just like the cast iron. And I've got an umbrella shading my screen, but I've still got a really nasty. The lighting out here is really tough to see finer detail. So this is one of those videos I'm going to have to do some reviewing at home in proper lighting so I can see the fine detail, look at the pipe joints, things like that. Got some amount of standing water there. It dissipates off pretty darn fast, and that's the main lateral connection right there at about 57 feet. So unless this line hits a main lateral on the side of the property, and or at the back of the property, the line had to have gone out the front. If it went out the back and did a wraparound, it would be 150 feet long. So looks like the plumbing has been reversed at this point to go out the front. We're gonna go locate, and then we'll pull back in here once the line's drained. Alrighty, located the camera head successfully. Excuse me. Line terminates out on Onspach Street, and where I picked that locate up, the locate kind of hits the line at an angle, but if you turn around and look back at the house, I am lined up perfectly with the roof vent. So the line overall makes a pretty straight shot, all said and done. Sometimes lines meander around a little bit, but end up pretty much in line with where they started. A little bit of standing water there at the end of the line. Again, I'm going to review this video, so just keep in mind there may be things I mention on the report that I don't talk about in the video. Just be aware of that. I can see a lot of stuff in general, but it's fine detail stuff that's harder for me to see right now with the lighting. And you're going to probably see a little bit of water trickling to the line. The bathtub drains slow. Even when I plugged it, it's still draining. So, anyway, that standing water at the end of the line there is very, very minor. The line drained out or not, what you've got moving to the line right now is about a 1/16 of an inch of water. So that belly out there is maybe 2 feet long with probably about a 1/4 inch, maybe a 1/2 inch of standing water. That's an insignificant belly in general, even right up close to the home. At the distance that is from the house, it's hardly even worth talking about. You're blocking and backing up a line out of a 1/4 or 1/2 inch of water. You're putting some crazy stuff down your line. Yeah, but what I do want to take a good close look at when I get home are the pipe joints. Good gravy, look at the size of that sucker. Yikes. So one of the things I do look for, subterranean creatures. The hard part is knowing where they originated from. Those, critters like that can, I'm not sure if that centipede type animal or bug there is a subterranean creature that actually bores through the dirt or not, like an earthworm does. Earthworms are something I very heavily watch for because they generally will indicate your line is open to the ground somewhere. So and that's the thing that you want to watch for on these older sewer lines, especially a line like this that still has good slope and grade to it. If I start seeing signs at home that some of the pipe joints are compromised, There was right at the very end of the line, my camera, to get around that turn, I kind of rammed on it to round the bend. Right as I did that, I thought I saw potentially a bug pop out of the pipe joint just before the main connection. And you couple that with the fact there's a little bit of standing water there. So what I'm looking for are signs that the joints are open to the ground. As this line sits right now, none of the joints are affecting flow or functionality. So it's not a concern from that point. The line has great flow to the main lateral. But the thing I'm going to look for is whether or not any of these joints are open to the ground. These days with trenchless epoxy liners, trenchless or repair systems, it really behooves you to get ahead of these things. If you can catch these at a good time where the joints become, I don't know yet if that's what we have here. I have my suspicions though from some of the stuff I've seen, but we'll see once I can review it in better lighting. But if I start seeing joints that are showing moisture coming through them, groundwater seepage, what that causes over time is hydro erosion. The line can allow dirt and groundwater to flow through the pipe joints, which can erode the support out from underneath the sewer line. It can also cause erosion over top the line to the road bed. But what you don't want to have happen is you let your line sit for so long that the thing hydro erodes the soil from underneath it, and you end up with a bunch of standing water in your line. You get enough standing water in the pipe, and you eliminate your ability to do a trenchless epoxy update. And you're looking at the good old-fashioned type updating, and you don't want to mess with that. It's much more expensive. In this case, you're probably looking at like 3 to 4 times the repair cost once you start cracking into the roadway. So anyway, I'm not sure if the line's at that point yet or not. It certainly has good flow and is a clean sewer line, so not having any issues as far as flow goes. Anyhow, functioning properly in that regard, but I will review the video at home, see if there's any condition, structural issues that need to be dealt with or should be gotten ahead of to take advantage of more ideal repair systems potentially.